Hello and welcome. Today we're filming this Scion FRS / Toyota A6 / Subaru BRZ. Does have A6 trim over it. My friend actually just recently got this car. Let's do a quick walk around. Okay, Scion FRS, Toyota BRZ. Of course, everyone in university agrees this is a good looking car. Powered by the boxer Subaru engine. Love how it has a Subaru badge on it, despite the Scion badge here. 2 liters, of course. Well, you can see the floor and the gearbox from here. This car only has an axle back, so it's a real stock car I filmed today. Don't like the sideways license plate holder, but overall it's got a nice look to it. A straight and convincing on my side. Best $30,000 Porsche that you could buy. It's got a good look. I've actually tried sitting in the backseat of this car and they're not very comfortable. On the inside, gauge cluster is perfect. Driving position is by far the best of today. Honestly, it does feel like a really cheap mini Porsche. Well, with that said, let's go for a drive. Into the A6. This is the most stock car of today. It only has an axle back exhaust. Everything else is factory. I'm just gonna pull over in front real quick. This is actually a Scion FRS, but you know, A6 BRZ, same thing. Alrighty, the sitting position is actually by far my favorite. Oh, the clutch bite point is high, even higher than my Type R. Gonna pull over here real quick. Okay, this is filmed in Mexico, of course, but immediately after driving the other 2 cars, the Z and the Turbo Miata, this feels slow. Really slow, but I like the steering of this car. Not as much as the Miata, of course. The Miata is goated. But yeah, this feels a lot slower than the other cars. Immediately off the line. But it feels balanced. It's nice to get in a stock car after driving 2 very modified cars. It's got these toggle switches down here. I don't know what they do, so I'm just gonna leave those alone. The axle back, don't know what company it is. Sounds okay. Not that dissimilar to the Boxer I drove last week. Clutch bite point of this clutch is really high. It's a factory clutch, of course. Throttle is quite a bit less sensitive than the other cars. But that's to be expected. This is a completely stock car except for the axle back. Handling is great, it's flat. This car feels like it has a lot of potential, but it's not being used right now because, well, it's stock, so yeah. We're gonna keep this video short because we really have a dinner appointment that we need to get to, so yeah. And I'm gonna try to see if I could get enough time to film one more car before the end. So probably just gonna turn around in front pretty soon and let's head in his Z3. hopefully if I can get that car in today as well. Yeah. Stuck behind these cars. We'll keep the walk around short as well. So unlike the other two videos I just filmed today as well, this will come out in, those two have already came out if you haven't checked. The first one, which will be 2 weeks ago from this video, a fine Miata turbo kit, N8 Miata, and then last week the 350Z, and now this car that I'll film of course today. Since these cars are not moving over, we're gonna turn around pretty soon, do the walk around, and see if I can get one more car in before we gotta go to our dinner appointment. But yeah, I like this car actually. I like it a lot. It feels really well balanced. Of course, being a pretty well-known platform, my parts for these cars are also cheap. Yeah, this is a great little car. Even at slow speeds like this. But yeah, so enough talking about slow speeds. I'll give you guys a little bit more impressions later. I'll see you guys in a moment after the walk around, which of course will be the intro of this video. Now that we don't have those cars in front of us anymore, let's talk a little bit more about the driving dynamics. This car has all seasons, so by far the least grip here as well. But the chassis feels very balanced. Oh, the brakes are really nice. I don't know if he's got pads on this car, but the brakes indeed are really light. Steering is actually pretty communicative as well. Much more communicative than Z. But this rides the best as well out of all the cars I've driven, including my Type R. And that's saying something. Yeah, the handling dynamics of this car is really predictable. Don't need to mind the speed in Mexico. Yeah, the only thing I don't really like is the stock clutch. The 5-point just feels weird. Such a predictable little car though. There's no torque in the mid-range. I've only driven a new BRZ for a really short amount of time, and I think they did self that. But in this car, there really is nothing in the mid-range. The torque dip is real. I mean, there isn't much throughout the ref range. This car's notoriously known for being slower than Miata. Smell something, that's not good. Huh. I've been smelling something. I don't know if it's from this car. But in theory, this should be the most reliable car of the group because it's the least touched. 24 MP3, not bad as well. I wonder if I boil the brake fluid. I'll pull over at the next place, take a look. Handbrake is stuck. I don't know why the handbrake that was on a moment ago. Huh. fit a little bit. So does felt like brakes though, so that's a bit concerning. I don't know if the brakes just overcooked itself or is that from a different car. But anyways, this car is, the engine is not that inspiring, the chassis is really well balanced. And it's also not geared extra either, so that doesn't help the engine's case. I do like this shifter though. The shifter feels really nice. Alright, that's it for this video. We'll move on. I see the brake problem I'm smelling.